Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Tell You What podcast with my co-host Talal, Jomar, and our star of the podcast this week, special guest Lianne Cooey.
Star of the podcast. What's the crack?
Not a whole pile. What are you drinking there? Outsider?
Outsider. The cider of champions and small children.
Oh, just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome in my
Very good. We've ever had.
Yeah.
Outsider, that is like that's like a step above a bottle of Strongbow. I think that's the evolution. You go bottle of Strongbow and outside. I do think so. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. It's you know what? To be fair, and I'm making myself sound like an awful lesbian here, right? Because normally I drink Grey Goose and soda, which is quite high end, right? But I do like a wee cider, and I got myself. Actually, I was doing a gig one night down in Belfast, and Darren Matthews' other half was there, and we couldn't get to the bar, and I was like, just get me a pint of cider. It was so warm, like it was absolutely roasting. I was like, doesn't matter what it is, give me a pint of cider, just like take the truth off me. And ever since that, I've pretty much been putting cider on cornflakes and everything. It was just so good. I'm trying to. It's like your first wank. Do you know what I mean? You're always trying to chase that moment, like, you know, just that feeling.
How shake was your first wank that you're comparing to outsider?
You know what? Wow, that's a good point, actually. But you know, you're always trying to recreate that high.
Yeah, chase the dragon.
Chase the dragon. And I was chasing the dragon with that one, and I haven't managed to do it. But Outsider is the best of a bad bunch, and it's better on draft than it is on pints.
Have you ever had Inches cider?
No, never had it. Never had any Inches.
I was going to say, why does that sound like a close cousin of the Dixon cider? That's
yeah.
Inches cider. Can I just say, sit off the top? The first time I met Lianne McCoy, we were at a comedy gig, right? And very rarely I'm lost for words or feel as if like I have nothing to say on the ground. I want the ground to like eat me up. And now, bear in mind, I've never met this woman before. First thing she said to me goes, "Can you stop starting my tits, please?"
No, I don't want to. No, that's incorrect, right? That's
the first thing. That's the first thing I said to Talal when he met me. I was like, "Stop starting my tits."
What happened was, right? We were in a kitchen in the Moy, right? Yes. Which was the green room, which was lovely to be fair, but it was fucking roasting. And I had when was that? Was that like March or April or something? So it wasn't winter, but it was Ireland. So I had a jumper or a top or something on. I had a Germany top on me because, as you can see, I'm a fan of the football jerseys for some reason, because of my glittering sports career. And I had went out and I was MCing, and it was fucking roasting. So I come back in. I think Rory or somebody or James had went out, and I said, I need to get this jumper off. So I took the jumper off, and as the jumper come off, he was like, boom, boom, boom. And I was like, "You don't know my tits." And he was like, no, I just wanted to see what jersey you had on you. And I was like, "It's a fucking Germany jersey, you dick. It's black and white and has
There's two things that happened there, Talal. Either you were genuinely staring at the Wabs, or you genuinely were looking at the football jersey, because you could not have rhymed that answer off any quicker. You said it too quick. I was looking at the football jersey. Swear to God.
You know what? Do you see if there had been two crests on the jersey, I would have understood, because he literally went. And then, do you know what made it even worse? You see later on, completely unprompted, right? The two of us was just sitting there, like, I don't know, waiting on. I think Woodsy was headlining, and then it was the most Dougal Maguire moment ever. He was just like, "I was looking at your tits, by the way." Why did you say nothing? Just shut up.
Oh, here we go.
The Catholic guilt just flew out of you, Talal.
I know.
We can put this to bed here. Talal, any confessions to make here, or we'll just move on?
I'm afraid to speak.
If I speak, I'm in trouble.
Don't ever be afraid to speak. They're not much to look at. They're all right when they're capped in. They're 100%. When they're out, Spaniel's ears. awful.
A wee bit like my own, to be honest.
It's not easy.
But yeah, it's not easy. It's not, especially in the summer weather. You know, I'll hate.
Under boob sweat is a special animal.
Finally, someone I can talk to us about, Sean.
I'm like, what the fuck is underboob sweat?
Oh, check me out with my fucking healthy BMI. Fuck you.
Yeah. So
would that be a close relative of like the bag sweat? Would that be a kind of similar thing? Talal, you're probably the only person that can advise on this.
Well, right, go on.
It is. It is very much like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Have either of you ever worked in a bar or a kitchen?
Yeah.
I've worked in both, actually. Yes.
So then you're familiar with the term chef shuck or barman's bum?
Yes.
Yeah. So, I have a shuck. And we used to suffer from that badly in the bank. So if it was barman's bum or chef shuck. But do you know what's a great remedy for that we sort of copped onto very, very quickly one time? This actually happened in the place that I worked in Newry, which rhymes with the bank. And it was me and a couple of other boys had come up with this fucking killer idea, right? When you had a dose of the barman's bum. So barman's bum, for anybody that's listening, is basically, it's that perfect marriage of heat, moisture, and hair, probably, let's face it, right? And being on your feet for fucking 8 to 12 hours. So it's a friction-laden mix of awfulness. But the disabled toilet in the bank, right? Obviously, because it's a disabled toilet, the hand dryer is lower down on the wall, right?
Oh, no.
Right? So what we used to do was, right? You used to be like, fucking have the bags down, right? And then fucking hit the button. And then just be like, glorious.
That's an absolute your worst nightmare is just going in one day and they've changed it to one of them Dyson ones where you gotta dip the hands in, you're going, oh,
yeah, you can't do that. You can try and straddle it, but if you're too fat, it doesn't work. It's all fun and games until you hear the brake going on in the wheelchair outside, and then you're like,
I don't even want to know what the smell of that room is afterwards. Like don't you think like an unearthly shite and you're like, leave that a few minutes after that, after the barman's butt, you're just sitting there going, burn the place to the ground. Just reset.
You see if you wash yourself, you're not too bad.
I wash myself once a week, whether I need it or not. You know what I mean?
I get you. So there you go. That was an interesting start.
I was going to say we haven't even introduced you, Lianne. What you are, what you do. I'm going to be honest, Lianne. You're a bit of a jack of all trades, aren't you? Master of plenty. I'll admit. So you've gone from, I suppose, cafe owner, done with that now, and then into the stand-up comedy world and photography world and a bit of mind coaching and stuff like that.
See, it's a bit fucked up, right? Because then when you say it like that, that makes it sound like, do you watch American Dad?
No.
Anyway, so that's fucking lost and this is too long to explain. But that makes it sound like I just wake up one day and be like, right, today I'm going to be a molecular physicist. And then I go and do it, and then I get it done, and then I go, don't want to do that anymore. I'm going to work in fucking Tesco's, and then I don't want to do that anymore. But that's not how it is. See, the photography thing has been a thing from, like, I mind my dad taking me to Smithfield Market when I was about 12 and buying me a camera because I love taking photographs and blah blah blah, and doing that. And then the camera broke, and I got shouted at for breaking the camera. Now, it didn't break. The shutter just jammed on it. And all you had to do was literally take the lens off, stick your finger in and just go, right? And that would have been it fixed. But in typical Da style, he didn't know that and didn't know anything about cameras. So it was easier just to be like, yeah, stupid fucker, you broke it. Now, nobody can have the camera, and maybe like, so that was always a thing that I wanted to do. But then when you're at school, nobody ever says to you in school, you could do photography. You don't have to be a teacher or be a fucking do law or do IT or whatever. So the arts probably didn't get the respect they deserved. So I just picked it back up again about 10 years ago and did some workshops and stuff on it and just fucking, I love it. And then the comedy thing isn't really like, I don't know, that just sort of happened as well, with my place having to maybe MC here and there, and just sort of having I suppose an aptitude for it. I wouldn't consider myself a stand-up comedian because I just wouldn't, like, but I don't mind hosting. And then the counselling thing, I went back to school a lot of years ago and, you know, started studying that because I'd been through counselling myself, and I was like, actually, this is the mutts nuts here. Like, I want people to have the same experience that I've had, which was being fucking not in good tune for the majority of my life, and then all of a sudden going, actually, hold on a minute, everything in the world isn't my fault. I'm not the greatest bastard that ever stood on 2 feet, you know. So I was like, fuck, I'd love to help people in the same sort of situation that I was in, and still be in at times. So I suppose the 3 things sort of all happen at the same time, and it's all about like communication and, you know, humanity and the human condition and all that sort of thing. You know, like taking a photograph isn't just like taking a photograph, not for me anyway. Like, you're looking for people's emotions, you're looking for things maybe people don't see or don't notice.
Yeah, it's a complete, all 3 actually are a form of expression, if you want to get all Tommy Tiernan about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, you can take a photograph of a bride in a wedding dress, and the wedding dress, you know, is sitting at such an angle, and blah 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 blah, and she's looking over her shoulder, and you know, it's all very. I want to get the photograph of, you know, the bride's ma fucking wiping something off her cheek, for, you know, those photographs where people go, oh, you know, oh my god, or a child looking up, you know, at whoever. You know, I got a great photograph one time of a child dancing with her daddy, and she's just looking up at him, like my dad's class. You know, one of those sort of photographs. And it's those photographs that people love, and they're the ones that I love taking. So again, expression, art, whatever. All sounds pretty gay. You probably weren't expecting me to be so gay, but that's what you know.
But the reason to bring it up is because I knew you were going to say it about the stand-up. You don't consider yourself as a stand-up, but anyone that sees you thinks like you're absolutely hilarious. Everything you do is hilarious. And trust me, I put myself in this own category. There's people way less funnier than you that do think themselves as stand-up comedians that would be, you know, putting themselves out there and brand them as that. What is it about the stand-up? That's what I find so interesting. What do you find about stand-up that makes you go, oh, I'm not that? Like, do you because I get the vibe you don't actually really enjoy the thought of stand-up, writing stand-up and all, but like you enjoy being on stage and maybe chatting to people's MC and stuff. Is that fair?
Yeah, I do like MC, and I like riffing off people. You know, to sit down, like I 100% would far rather MC, you know, and obviously that depends on the crowd. Like sometimes you just get a crowd that's cold and they don't want to be there, and you know, like that gig, me and Franco and Pete and Jack did a gig down in Belfast somewhere, and like it's not they didn't want to be there. They wanted to be there because there was some charity thing on, and they wanted to scull a load of pints into them, and they wanted to do whatever. But they didn't give one fuck that we were standing there trying to make them laugh. Talked, they fucking did everything except engage, and that was, you know, even as an MC, that was a horror show, like, you know. But generally speaking, I prefer MC, and rather than to sit down, construct, craft, time. A 10, if somebody said to me, do 10, do 10, 15, do 20, I have no concept of time because I don't rehearse anything. I don't write anything. I just, you know, imagine myself saying it over and over and over and over again in my head, you know, and sometimes then obviously you'll get a tangent, or I'll remember, because all my stories are true, you know, and sometimes you might talk about something, or you'll see somebody in the crowd, or somebody will say something, and then you go, fuck, I remember, you know, something from the bowels of history will come out, and you'll be like fuck, I remember that, and then you go to tell it, but you know, it was maybe it was a funny story, but there was no actual punchline. It's just the whole thing is funny, but there's no punchline to it. There's no closure, and I suppose I don't know enough about the craft of it all to be able. And as I say, like, I find it very difficult to say I'm a photographer because I don't have a certificate from an institution that says you're a photographer. But I'm self-taught, and I know I'm as good, if not better, than some job and photographers that are out there. But I would never be like, I'm a photographer, because I'd be waiting on somebody to go, are you?
Yeah, that's such a Nuri thing. I don't know if the Moyes like that, but like the Nuri, that's anything anyone does. Like, but I think then whenever they see you in person, they go, "Oh, you're flying for sure, you're doing great." But it's that whole thing of like, oh, to make like whenever I announced I was doing stand up, Jesus Christ, my dad was like chatting such and such. They're going, "Sure, he's awful quiet and he doesn't talk and blah 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 blah." And you're like, "Yeah, it's a different thing." Sitting around the table and being funny and doing stand-up are two completely separate skills. Like,
you see, people assume that I am quite happy to be a comedian, and they'll say like nobody's saying to me. Very few people say to me, "Oh, I've seen you done photographs of such and such's wedding. Or you shared photographs on it. That's class. Did you do that?" No, they're like, "God, you're getting on well at the comedy, aren't you? Sure, you're some crack," and you're like, "I'm some crack."
Yes.
Me sitting out backstage the other night in the market, literally with my arms folded, looking at the ground. Didn't even take any photographs of Roe Boyle or anything. Didn't engage. Just wasn't in the tune of it, you know.
But stressful running events and doing them at the same time, I find. Like whenever you're like organizing something and then someone's like, "Right, you're on next," you're like, "Fuck this!" Like, I just want to talk about it.
Or you've been there all day getting the venue set up and talking to people, and then like obviously I did the door the other night. Now Darren did it the last time round, but I was doing the door and I was getting fucked off with people because they were walking into this big space in the market, and I was like, "Can you come over to me and I'll get you checked in and give you your wee Marty Bog Roll badge and all?" And they were like, "Whoa!" And I actually screamed at these two people. I was like, "Do you see the 19-stone lesbian that organised the fucking gig? Come over and see me." And they were like,
you and Darren Matthews have to be the most scariest duo for running an event, I think, that exists.
Oh,
right.
Not scary to us, but I mean like that. Almost like I was gonna say that's passive aggressive. That's just pure aggression. There, that's just fucking.
Well, that was pure aggression.
Get you over here. But Matthews can be very passive aggressive in that sort of stuff.
What do you like when you're asking people to like pose for like photographs? You're like, "Do you see the big girl with the big camera? Turn around, look at me." Do you be like aggressive like that?
No, I don't get people to pose. And people will say, "Well, wait, you'll get a bride and she'll message you and be like, 'Oh, I've seen your photographs, or you did photographs for such and such, and they're so natural and like nobody's looking at the camera or anything.'" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's because I stay the fuck out of the way and use a decent lens." So 90% of the photographs and 90% of the feedback from people is, "I didn't even know that you were taking that photograph." And I'm like, that's exactly what I want, right? So then whenever they get you there and you're like, "Right, just you do your thing, just you go about your day," and they're like, "But do you want me to stand like this, or do you want will I hold this like this?" And I'm like, "Do whatever the fuck you want. This is what you wanted." You know what I mean?
You're sort of like lingering in the bushes, hiding behind pillars, a bit of a pervert, if you will, at these things. Just sort of being like, I am just always creeping, ready for that shot. Like
always creeping, and always creeping. If there's a photograph that or if there's a moment that you don't want seen, whether it's a good one or a bad one, I'm there. Yeah. You don't even know what's happening.
I have an awful thing I do with like, I'm obviously not a photographer, but I try to just take photos on the phone to promote the club and stuff like that when people are on stage. But I don't know why I take such joy in it. There'll be one or two every week where I will post the worst fucking photo of someone, one eye closed, one eye open, and there'll be a lovely one of them smiling into the mic, looking lovely, and I'll go, "Nah, not that one. Let's pick this absolute butchered looking photo. It looks like their face has been photoshopped."
Why would you do that? That's absolute. That's the worst.
That's for me. That's just for me. But it's only to someone I like. If I do it to someone who I like you. I wouldn't do it to any of the next wee bright-eyed, bushy-tailed sort of like first-timers and stuff. That's just cruel, but sometimes it's just like, it's for me. I'll do it especially as well. And do the way like the reels, you can set like a cover image.
Oh yeah,
I've done it to Jasmine Sierra a few times where I'll just get her their absolute worst and just stick that on as the cover. And every time I was talking on, "That's racist," and I'm like, I don't care. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I was talking to her this morning. I had a filthy dream about her last night.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so it was one of those ones where you'd wake up and you're like, and but I asked her and told her, I was like, "Do you have a tattoo in your belly?" And she was like, "No." And I was like, "All right, okay." So it
was like one of them like Conor McGregor ones.
No, it was like, I don't know, like it was a load of fucking flowers or something. I don't know. It was a girly tattoo. But again, the tattoo was fictional and so was the sex. So there's no point even talking about it.
You're saying a tattoo, but great sex.
Yeah.
We're going to kick into our to kick off. I was going to say we've got to know Lianne. Don't even need to ask any more questions. We know fucking the crack by now. Raw as fuck. We're going to kick off with our global news here. So let's get into the story. Global news this week. Big talking point. The only thing that anyone can talk about: Oasis are back together. I'm looking at the faces around this podcast, and everyone did the same thing. Rolled their eyes to the back of their heads. Are we not?
Don't care. I genuinely don't care. Like,
I say, to be honest, like I'm happy enough. I'm happy enough. I like Liam. Noel's ball bag. He's also a Tory ball bag, if I remember correctly. But no, it's good. It's good. A bit of 90s nostalgia is always welcome. It's always good. What age were you? Do you even remember Oasis?
No, I'm 97. I was born 97. Like, and I hear. Also, this is a statement that no one likes me saying. I'm not a massively into music. Like, don't really listen to much music and stuff like that. So whenever I seen it, I was just like, I would go for the crack if there was a spare ticket floating, but there just won't be.
Why would you go for the crack if you don't like music and you don't like Oasis? That's taking
I didn't say I didn't like music. I like live shows and stuff like that. But I'll just go just to be like, was that? That's the kind of person I am. I just go for just be there. Yeah, prick.
I seen them in the SSC years ago. The last time they both were speaking.
Yeah.
And I remember being at the concert going, "This is grand, but I would much rather be sitting at home listening to them on a CD."
Fair enough.
Yeah.
No, I never went to any of their concerts, but yeah, like whenever they were doing the like 95, when there was that big, Oasis and Blur, Wonderwall Country House thing, like it was impossible to not get swept up and all that because there was nothing else to get swept up in, and things like that were huge, and then they were at the Brit Awards and they had the beef and all, like, and it was good. It was very it was a pop culture moment, like, but I like both of them. I was a wee Blur fan as well, like, but I don't know.
I was never a big Blur fan.
Right.
What's the Blur song? I can't even tell you.
Song 2. What? You don't know Song 2 by Blur? What?
Woohoo!
No. Oh wait, that song. Yeah, right. Okay, yeah.
Dick.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm the worst person ever for music talk.
Girls and boys. Park Life. Everybody knows Park Life.
Oh yeah, Park Life. Yeah. I don't know to associate these things all together.
Yeah, but I during the 90s I was a Take That fan, so I was.
So was I.
I went to Take That concert. It was the one in Crow Park where they had the big yellow man that stood up in front of everyone. That there, I don't know what it was called.
That's when Robbie reunited.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was unbelievable.
When they announced that on the phone or on the radio, I was actually reversing the car at the time. Breaking news: Rob Williams rejoined Take That, and all I heard was bang. I reversed into someone with excitement. No way. I get in the car. Rob Williams back and Take That. They're like, "You just crashed into my car." I'm like, "Oh, no worries."
Oh my god! So you're full on Take That fan?
Oh, love them. Yeah.
What age are you?
35.
Okay.
Not like genuinely love their old stuff. Love their new stuff.
You didn't see it. I seen the look in Lianne's face whenever you said 35 there.
Because like 35. So I'm trying to think. Whenever I'm 7 years older than you, so I was there for.
What a world we live in! That is unbelievable.
I look horrendous, Lianne. You can say just say that.
Based on that logic, I should be 8 years older than all you. That's how this is going.
Perimenopausal fucking Ron Weasley. That's one of my opening lines. That's the reason why I do so well in the fucking on gigs. Because it's accurate as fuck. Can you stop fucking laughing?
Sorry.
I'm trying to get my phone across the table here. Yeah, so I would have been an OG Take That, like 1983, whenever they had their first #1 and stuff. I went to see them in the King's Hall in 1993, don't you know? And it was absolutely fantastic. What a time to be alive.
See, I only really got into Take That when I moved here. Because like my two sisters, whenever they got to start listening to like pop music, Take That over there. But then they sort of, whenever they really got into music, there was like Westlife was the new boy band then. But I was just like, nah.
Still loyal to the Take That ones. My karaoke song, one of my probably top 3 karaoke songs would be Shine by Take That. Absolute banger.
So you're not into music, but you'll happily sing it. What's your other 2 fucking karaoke songs, you ball bag?
Miley Cyrus, Party in the USA.
Oh, Sean.
Is another one. That's a fucking great shout. That's a great shout. Because like gets everyone going, and there's so many people singing it with you that you actually don't have any work to do. You know what I mean?
Okay. What's the next one?
And then my next one is Robbie Williams, Let Me Entertain You.
Oh, that's also one of mine. Also one of mine.
I just can't picture you doing any sort of karaoke.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, here. Anytime to be on stage, I'm there. Like,
what do you mean?
Have we lost Leanne?
I think we've lost Leanne here for a wee second. Don't know where she's went to.
There used to be a group used to play in the auctions called the Mad Arabs. That's what they were called, the Mad Arabs. And
Right.
two great lads. I'm steaming. I was like, let me sing a song. I'm like, what are you singing? I was like, Rob Williams, Let Me Entertain You. No problem. It Angels and Mumford and Sons.
Angels is a big song.
I can sing it though. Can
you sing? Because you've alluded to this a few times now.
I can now. Sorry. I can sing okay. Wouldn't say I'm a great singer, but like you wouldn't. I like if you heard me thinking, oh, he can sing, but I'm not a singer. Like I don't claim to be a singer. I can
okay.
Because I've done
you
like
hold a note. Is that what you're telling me?
I can hold a note. I can do like musical theater. I can do all that. But like, if you want to,
he's trying to claim Leanne that he can sing Angels as a karaoke song, and it's a big song.
I 100% can sing Angels.
Do you know what I think would happen? I would do the Simon Cowell. Do you like at the start of X Factor? You'd start it, and I'd be like, "Have you brought anything else with you today? Can you do anything else for us?"
Is this,
you'd be like, "No."
Is this like? I don't know what happened there. What glitch in the Matrix happened there? But is this a karaoke song in general, or have you moved on to your bizarre love for Robbie Williams?
Oh,
no, karaoke songs.
I also love Rob Williams too, but anyway, that's a different story.
Fair enough.
Have you got a karaoke song? Yeah.
I have a karaoke song that I would dream of singing if I was going to put myself in the fucking ridiculous position of actually singing in karaoke.
Right. What would it be?
It is Gloria by Laura Branigan.
I don't think I know that.
You're going to have to go and look
it
up.
No,
absolutely not. And then if also by extension of that, if I was to have the absolute balls to be a pole dancer, I would pole dance to Laura Branigan's Self-Control. Both of these songs are...
Right, I'm going to have to check these out. Speaking on the topic of music,
do
you know the rapper John Sue?
Yep, big fan.
Do you know him on it?
Never
so this guy's from Belfast, right? Rapper, right? He quite probably has the greatest intro to a song ever. And he released it like 2 days ago, I think. So am I going to play it so you can hear it? Because it's unbelievable.
Is that it?
Oh, I think he's froze.
He's froze.
Wait, the copyright strike has just come in.
Yeah, obviously. He looks really happy too, doesn't he?
I've never seen him happier.
He looks like
going to get this printed.
He looks like the friend.
Fuck you go. I'll kick him out and bring him back in again. This is the technical issues we have with doing an online podcast, but it means we don't need to leave the house.
No, I get you. This is the first time I've done an actual proper video one. I've done a couple of audio ones and they've been fucking shit show during COVID, but that's probably because I was steaming for most of them.
Yeah. No, I was like, if we're doing a podcast, I'm not leaving the house for it. Fuck that. He set on cameras and lights and blah 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 blah.
That is true.
This is working way better, clearly.
Obviously, there was another rapper, another Northern Ireland Belfast rapper called Roysta at a stage.
Oh my god, everyone's gone. It's me, Talal, Lianne. There's a rapper called Rasta, you said?
Roysta,
okay.
Yes, I know who Roysta is, yes.
Yeah. Do you ever hear a song called Your Ma?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Your Ma. You can smell her. What was it? You can smell her when she's getting closer. Your Ma. Everybody in the street fucking knows you're your Ma. Yeah, it was banging actually, and he had one called a deck of smick and a dirt bag.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
anyway.
The only one I remember is it was like probably like a meme one. It was like DJ Crilly, not associated with the good Crillies of South Armagh, just for the record, but up in Belfast here. And his line was, "My name's DJ Crilly. You know I've got a 5-foot willy, but you ain't getting this until you give me a kiss." Just poetry in motion.
That is poetry in motion. That's right up there with fucking King Billy had a willy that was 2 foot long. What is 4 foot long or whatever the fuck it was.
Have you got the song first of all?
Oh, did it not play?
You literally hit play on it, and it went some sort of Belfast accent played, and then you just were smiling into the camera.
You looked so happy. It's like no one knew this man was a paedophile.
I was going to say, it looked like the image we'd use at like a vigil with that music playing. That's what it looked like.
Right, I'm going to play it, and hopefully it doesn't knock me off again. Can you share it okay? Unbelievable. Absolutely incredible. One of the biggest viral clips this country has ever seen when he puts it at the start of a song. It's actually a class song, by the way.
As would I.
It is.
Fair enough. So, would you be a rap enthusiast then, Talal?
Oh, I would be very much so, yes.
Who's your favorite rapper?
50 Cent.
50 Cent?
50 Cent,
The pound shop rapper himself.
50 Cent, yeah. Mm-hmm.
How have you gone from your playlist must be mental? Robbie Williams, Take That, 50 Cent. Mm-hmm. That's quite random.
There's also a big raver in my day too. You see, music's like my favorite thing.
Same. I like Q-Tip. Q-Tip could fucking rap the phone book and it'd just be like,
Q-Tip's good.
Unreal. So you're a raver. Would you have ever been in the arena in Armagh?
I was too young to go to. I missed it by about 2 years. Absolutely gutted. My two brothers used to go, and I used to be like, I really want to go to that, but I was too young, unfortunately.
Yeah, I never went to that either. I probably would have been a bit young for the arena. I think whenever I was maybe 4th or 5th year, it was the Met then at that stage. And some of the girls used to go to it, but I was like, nah, I'm not going. I just
it was rough.
The Relic.
It was rough as fuck. Like the Met, like you always want to hear it.
Is that like a big great place? Like, it
was like one of the best nightclubs in like Europe. You used to get all the like Judge Jules. It was
the best nightclubs in Europe.
It was.
Right.
I'm telling you.
Right.
Next time you're talking to Judge Jules, you ask him.
I must say it to him. I must say it. Funny, I seen him in Cuses and Camel earlier on. How's it going?
I've had none of that. The only thing we had close to that was, Lianne, you probably worked at this. Was it Base Hunter in the Bank?
Base Hunter. I was gone at that stage. I left in 2007. But yeah, I do remember hearing that Base Hunter was in the bank. Not for me, lad. Not for me. I'm not into trance, commercial or otherwise. But to say the Met was one of the best nightclubs in Europe is bloats.
Where is this based out of?
Armagh. No, it's like just outside it. So it's like literally 10 minutes from like my mom's house.
And that was the selling point of it.
Yeah.
Fucking flights coming in from Europe to Talal's mom's house. And then
I'm telling you, it was one of the best nightclubs. I'm telling you, it was fact.
Right. Drum cell uncovered.
Drum cell uncovered. I'm telling you, it was.
Not a chance. Not a chance. But fair play.
No, hey, I'll tell you how. The way like you know what Radio 1 would do like one big weekend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They done it from the Met Arena one time. So I'd like you don't get that unless you're
lad. They got a grant or something to do that. That's probably part of the peace process.
let's get Taste over, get Carl Cox over.
We'll decommission them weapons, but we need Danny Rampling in fucking Armagh, and that's the end.
Danny Rampling, that's a niche one there now.
That's like our Aleavey.
Well, another fat one, Dave. I was what do you call him? Dave. Fuck. Dave
Pierce.
Dave
Pierce.
Yeah, rolling on a fat one, Dave. He's just sitting there being like, what are these people talking about?
I'm handing right now. Dave Pierce would also agree with me. The Arena was one of the best nightclubs in Europe.
You know what? I'm going to tweet Judge Jules and Dave Pierce right now.
Right, do it. I see if they reply. Leon, this will be the greatest moment of my life. I don't care.
Well, if they do reply, I don't think they'll reply instantaneously. But we can but try.
Talal, I'm not gonna lie. I've never backed you more than anything. I really want this to come through to you. I really do. This would be your Istanbul. 3-0 down at half time.
100%. 100%.
Right, Dave. Right, no, you chat amongst yourselves there, lads.
Right, well, you're doing that. We're going to move on to our Talal rant section.
Yes, let's do it.
This is the section of the podcast where Talal gets off his chest what's really annoyed him, and I'm feeling it might be Lianne Cooey this week. So Talal, let us know what is on your mind this week and what has annoyed you.
Right. Here's the thing. You're driving a car along a road, right? And there's a road close sign. Okay? Mm-hmm. And there's another sign for a diversion. Any normal human being is just going to take the diversion. See the assholes who don't follow like road signs and like drive past the road close. They will actually physically get out of the car, move a lock of cones, move a road sign, drive up the road, and seconds later they'll turn it and come back. Fucking grow up. They haven't closed the road for the crack. It's closed for a fucking reason. There's the signs there. Follow the fucking signs. It's fucking really fucking really irritates the shit out of me. It's like, do you remember when like COVID is like people can't follow like signs? Do you remember like when COVID was at its peak, you used to have to walk like one way around a shopping center?
Mm-hmm.
See somebody walking the opposite way of like for the flow.
Yep.
I used to just like barge them with my trolley. I'm like, I am barging you with my trolley. Because you know what? You know what? You pipe down, McCray, right? You pipe down, right? This is right. I am barging people with trolleys. I'm throwing dirty looks. I'm rolling my eyes. I'm kissing my teeth. I'm doing that sort of thing. You know what I mean? People who can't follow signs, that really annoys me. And like there's a road closed not far from my house, and the amount of people driving up that road, and you see them coming back down again with their tail between their legs, fucking good. See, if I was like fixing roads, I would have a road close sign, and see where there's the hole in the ground. I wouldn't even put a sign to say stop. There's no road here. I'd leave that and watch all the cars drive in that hole and stand there and go, that's what you get for that, isn't it? It's like when there's a flood. Do you ever see when the roads are flooded? Mm-hmm. And you see, like, and you go, right, my car's not going to go through that flood. I'll go a different road. No, some wanker in a car that's a fucking 1 inch off the ground. My souped up Vauxhall Corsa will go through this mini fucking lock here on the fucking Renadurry Road. Let's see. You know, a tractor can't get through it, but my 1.6 Corsa is going to go through it, and they drive into the fucking flood. And the next thing, the car stops. And whose fault is it? Not theirs. Oh, I'm sure you thought you couldn't get to it because there's a sign saying flood, warning, flood, do not pass. But no, you can't. What's my rant over?
I'm gonna back the people up that drive past the road close sign.
I knew you would, Sean.
No. Yeah, but you're following the establishment here, Talal. You're all wrong, right? Here's what the thing is: them people that go past the road close sign know that at some stage in their life they've done that and they've got down the road, and that's the problem. And that is the problem. So it is like people have gone down that road and gone, fuck, why did they have that road close sign there? It was actually fully open.
Sean, this goes back to my point I made in the podcast a week ago. People don't get no said to them enough. You know what I can do what I want. I can do what I want. If I have no consequences in my life, I can do what I want. No. Follow the fucking road.
There's something about I've done it before. I'm gonna hold my hands up. I've done it before. Drive past the road close sign, take the risk. If it's a Sunday or something, likelihood is they've left that sign up all weekend, the road's fine. So you can probably get down it. It'll be it will be fine. Do what's wrong, Talal? You don't take enough risks. And that's
No.
I think that's the crux of this rant.
I take penny risks, let me tell you. I take penny risks. Let me tell you. Follow the fucking road signs, man. Don't judge me, McCray. I can see you looking at me there.
I'm not judging you. I'm just like, listen, everybody has their wee thing. Everybody has their wee thing. But
you're right, Leo.
Talal has a wee thing every week on this podcast. He's got a whole section dedicated to it's a big massive thing, really, is what it is.
I'm the angriest man alive.
Listen, I understand, but do you know what is actually more annoying? It's whenever workmen or roadmen give mixed signals and automatically presume that you understand what the fuck they're talking about. You know, because I would be one that would stop at a road close sign or at like temporary traffic lights or whatever, and then you'll get some weapon going, fucking come on. I'm like, but it says that you can't. And then they're like, make up your mind.
Do you know what I learned from my travels, right? I learned, so whenever we were away in like Vietnam and stuff like that, do you know like over there it's like mental. You always see these documentaries, everyone's beeping their horns and stuff like that. Over there, they use their horns as like a wee, like, you're like, oh, excuse me, I'm coming. Just let you know I'm over here. Like, sorry, blah, blah, blah. But over here, obviously, when someone beeps their horn at you, that's a threat on your life. Like, that is, like, fucking, if you beep your horn at me, that is, if we had guns here, they'd be out.
That's like the beeping your horn on the road is the equivalent of me bumping you with my trolley. That is the equivalent. Like, I am ready for it.
It's worse. It's like someone. It's like someone shitting on my bonnet. That's how offended I am. That's how personal I take it.
The very
fucking beep at me.
The very fact that you use a shopping trolley suggests to me that you actually have a vagina. Any self-respecting man, or woman actually, will use a basket if they have to, no matter how big their shop is, and struggle with it, because that is the Irish way. Right.
Okay. Right. I'm going to counteract that with, why would I do something? Why would I not make my life easier and just use a shopping trolley?
Because you look like a fruit.
But
there's no comeback from that.
You know what?
You're a grown-ass man with a beard, and you're walking around.
Yes. Why would I not? Dale Winton. Do you know who Dale Winton is?
Yeah, he's a fruit.
I couldn't use a worse person there.
Not only is he a fruit, he's a dead fruit. So the chances of him having a fucking shopping trolley are zero.
Nah, here I'm all for shopping trolleys here. I'm telling
you. Someone's giving me the ick about thinking about you getting a pound out, putting that in that wee trolley and all, like fumbling around with it.
There's nothing worse than when I go to a shop and it's like, why is the trolley not free? Like, I'm not going to steal a trolley. Do you know what I mean? I'm not. Why can't I just take a trolley? You have to put a pound in, right? Now, why you have to do that? Who knows? Anyway, not bad when you go to a shop and you've no fucking pound coins. Like, oh fuck. Then I do have to do what you do and just put it all in fucking hands. But like, just get a shopping trolley. I mean, get a shopping trolley.
Number one, you could use 220p stacked on top of each other as a useful hack, right? Number two, you wouldn't see Jason Bourne going around with a shopping trolley. You wouldn't.
He's an international assassin. I am a fucking salesman from Derry Tresk. There's a massive difference.
You don't want to aspire. You have to aspire to something.
The amount of food I needs to go in a trolley to keep this physique that I have. I need a trolley. I'm also getting a lot of stuff because of 2 kids.
I knew you were going to pull that up. I knew you were going to pull the card.
Whenever you say the shopping trolley, I thought he was going to say, well, I have to put my child in the trolley. Fuck that.
Next week we're getting something from the Mayon show. No, I mean, get with you. The Mayon. Sean Calvin, where are you?
Bring him on.
I don't know who these people are. I'm just assuming that they're other homosexuals.
Wait, hang on a minute. Last week I got roasted by Roast GPT, and I'm getting roasted by Lianne. What is this?
But if you want to be, you're going to get roasted by a load of fellas in a fucking shopping trolley.
No, people respect that I use a trolley. People do respect.
Right, okay, 100%.
Why is Lianne your final boss? What is this about?
She's
never over the first time he's met.
She lives in my head rant free. I mean, she is.
That's weird. Because he objectified me. He objectified me, Sean. You can't be going around fucking objectifying women and then pretending that you're not a big misogynist bastard by using a fucking shopping trolley to make yourself look like you're a nice guy.
You know what I mean? Here, I can't disagree with any of that. Do you know what I mean? I'm from the Middle East. Like, you should feel very privileged we've even let you on a podcast. Do you know what I mean?
Wait.
Hey?
I'm a ginger, obese, lesbian Catholic. If I was in a wheelchair, I'd be running this country.
Sure, there's been nothing but women running the country this past few years. That's why it is the way it is. But anyway, that's on that note.
You're not going to go with me. Do you know what? Do you know one of the reasons why men like me is because I'm not a feminist. I'm a really bad feminist. So you can make all the fucking tired of the kitchen sink jokes you want. I don't care. I agree with you. In fact,
this feels like a great part of the show to be like, Lianne, we're going to end with you having a bit of a rant if you've anything on your chest.
Here, if I've anything on my chest, Talal's already looked at
it. Oh my god, this is ridiculous.
Well, tell us what's on Lianne's chest.
Well, do you know what? In fairness, I was in a shop the other evening, and there was a, 15 to 19-year-old girl behind the counter serving me, and that girl does not know how close she come to getting her throat slit behind that counter, because she just, like, it could have been done so easily, and she wouldn't even have known it was happening by, you know what I mean? Because she didn't say please or thank you. And I, believe it or not, for all my alleged rawness and straight talking and brashness and all that shit, I am flawlessly mannered whenever I am in a customer service situation. And you see, whenever I see anybody, doesn't matter if they're serving or being served, and they don't say please and thank you, I mean, it lights a fire in me that cannot be quenched.
Wait, do you mean as the server or the server?
Either or, but particularly the server. But in this instance, like, the girl asked me for the money. She didn't say please whenever she asked me for the money. And whenever she handed me back the change and I said thank you, she just didn't say anything. And that's, when people say, oh, but sure, that's youngsters these days. No, yeah, it is youngsters these days, because their fucking parents don't tell them to say please and thank you. If my mom and dad thought that I didn't say please or thank you in a shop, they'd fucking disown me.
They would drive me back to the shop. Now you say thank you to that girl.
Yeah, exactly. And it fucking does me. And it's bad because obviously I've served fucking people for years in one way or another. And and actually, do you know what? In fairness, that was a young girl behind the counter. But I also work in our family shop as well, a couple of shifts a week. And you see older people who should know better that don't say please and thank you. Again, that's another throat-slitting moment.
I was actually thinking there for a second, it's like, is throat-slitting justified for not saying please and thank you? But actually, it is. Yeah.
It is. Do you know whenever like you slit their throat? Well, obviously I've never slit someone's throat, but like in the movies, whenever they're like, and then and they sort of go, what the fuck just happened? And then the throat slitter is gone. And then about fucking 30 seconds later, all the blood starts coming. I'd be gone. I'd be away, poof, into the night. Yeah. Good luck.
You'd slit the throat and be like, thank you, and then away out the door.
Yeah. You'll say fucking thank you the next time you pass.
What a way to wrap up the podcast.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Lianne, thank you very much for coming on the podcast today.
Yes.
That was fucking your first guest episode that's going out on the public channel here. So thank you very much for coming on. That was fucking stats.
Thank you for asking me. And Talal, I'm sorry. Water under the bridge, mate. Only a bit of banter.
I'm cutting that out of the podcast. I'm just leaving it there. This you haven't made up. You hate each other. You're more enemies now. You don't gig together anymore. When do you see the story I'm going to have drafted up?
Well, that's okay. Yeah, yes. Create a celebrity beef, because the social media world needs more of them. Fucking Andy Malone and Suter, us two. in a boxing ring, eating.
That'd be pretty easy. You can just hypnotize Talal, just fucking stand there, and he's like, "Oh,
yeah."
Look down here. Fine.
Well, if you've enjoyed this, Lianne, you're on social media. McCooey, is it now on Instagram?
Yeah, I've changed my name now to it's McCooey's Newry or Lianne McCooey. I've decided to drop the whole McCooey's Newry Panic Station thing as my name, because that's not my name. Yep. My name is Lianne McCooey.
Yeah, and you have more gigs coming up in Newry that you and Darren are organising.
Yeah, we're going to be in the bank at the end of September with Teresa Livingston headlining. I think Adam Burden's coming down to that one as well, and hopefully Brona Diamond. And then October, November, blah blah blah. So basically last Saturday of every month That's what we're
Lovely.
Oh, great.
Okay, go check those out. Me and Talal, you know where we are. We're on Instagram and stuff like that. If there's one as well, you can check out the Patreon episode. There's a little wee graphic which is thrown over the top of Lianne's face.
Should have done for the full. It doesn't matter now. I started too much now. Joke's gone.
If you want to get on the Patreon's going to be £1 a month. Come and join for all the madness that happens on there. Bet accumulators, all sorts of shite talk as well. So if you want, go check that out. And yeah, that's all for this episode. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one.
See you later on. Lianne, thank you for coming on.
Thank you, Lianne.